all in all, just say there's been a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual conviction here on campus this week. And welcome back to Emmaus Official Athletic Podcast in the Nest. I'm your co-host, Shane Douglas, here with Matthew Tomlinson, the other co-host, obviously, that is here with us, and I love Matt. Nice to have you
Thanks,
today.
Shane. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, of course.
It's been a busy week here at Emmaus. We've had a lot going on. This last weekend it was Super Bowl Sunday.
Super boring.
I had a great time. Fantastic time. Let me tell you that.
It's great to see the Chiefs lose. Even though it was the Eagles, but
it's true.
It was good to see the Chiefs
Eagles
lose.
fans are crazy. Holy crap, man. Did you see the videos of them storming the streets?
I know, crazy.
Like right by their Capitol building. Like, good thing. I hope they don't destroy anything historical there. Have you ever been to Philadelphia?
I've not been to Philadelphia.
So it's actually a really cool city. Really do enjoy it. Lots of history, of course.
But they have to grease the light poles.
Yeah, they do. They got to put up a lot of new ones because they tear them down.
Can't climb up and rip them
down. Stop them. Doesn't stop them. But no, it's a good city. Good city. Good food. You got to get a Philly cheesesteak. You know, cheese with, and then got to go to the Rocky statue.
I know.
The Rocky
fun
steps.
fact: the most famous Philadelphia sports person is not real.
It's true. That is true. It's really funny that you go to Philadelphia, and if you make a list of things to do. The Philly cheesesteak's on it.
Yep.
Right? And then you're like, history. All right, we got to visit. There's tons of history.
There's so much history in Philly.
You know? So the first thing you put on your list of, okay, to visit.
Run up the Rocky stairs.
It's like the Rocky steps, the Rocky statue.
Yeah.
Like it trumps the the Liberty Bell, Liberty Hall, everything. It just trumps it all. The first church in America. Like, okay, let's go to the Rocky statue.
Let's go to the Rocky statue.
Americans, only in America. Only in America.
In America.
Well, the Chiefs lost. The Kansas City Chiefs took an L to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did not make history and
was an amazing game. Cooper DeJean, Iowa's
finest. Let's go. Small town Iowa. Yes, let's go. That
represent
pick six, his first interception of his NFL career, first touchdown of his NFL career.
Yeah,
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
crazy.
And he's a rare position player at cornerback, and you know
really cool. He is a believer.
Yeah,
he's a Christian.
He had a tattoo.
It's so cool that because obviously Cooper's from small town Iowa. He's from Western Iowa. So Rachel, my wife, she grew up around that area. Her brothers played his brothers in sports.
Yeah,
but she was doing a lot of research, and it's just so cool to see. There's a lot of Philadelphia Eagles who are Christians, who were proclaiming Jesus throughout the whole season, especially like during media day. But it's just really cool to see, again, like we talked about, like in the national championship with Ohio State and Notre Dame, just how much God and Jesus were proclaimed. Same in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see that.
It is really cool. And we met some people at Impact that are from Cooper DeJean's town and talking about how he would drive people to youth group and to church, which is really cool to hear those stories. But really happy for him. Pick six. Man, we were screaming. I was like, Cooper better be the MVP. He wasn't. Should have been Jake Elliott. That guy had a monster game, the kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts played well, but it's a quarterback-driven league, which is stupid. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson should not have won MVP. Joe Burrow actually probably should have won it over both of them. If they're going
technically, Dak had better stats that year. Lamar won it 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he didn't even play it the full season.
And Lamar had better stats than Josh Allen.
Lamar shouldn't have won it last year. No. I don't want to get into this too much, but it's a quarterback-driven league. It's a quarterback award for MVP. Saquon Barkley should have won it.
Should have.
The guy, put him on the Philadelphia Eagles pretty much with the same roster. Add a couple amazing rookies that they drafted. That really changed the defense. Fangio, the defensive coordinator. Kellen Moore, I believe, didn't add much. He's going to blow it with the Saints.
It's actually funny because I don't know if you saw this, but his senior year was, I believe, also Derek Carr's. It might have been his sophomore year, but when Kellen Moore was at Boise State, his senior, he beat Derek Carr 57-7 in that game, and he threw like 3 touchdowns in the car, had a bunch of interceptions, and now he's his coach.
Yeah, dogged out. Yeah. So that's fun. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Either way, I think Saquon was the league MVP.
I agree.
Added him to the Eagles is a clear.
Still the Giants' fault that the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
I mean, could be.
Really
I mean, it probably is.
No,
I mean, it's a clear. To me, it's pretty clearly the Eagles had a successful season because of Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
Right. Jalen Hurts did not play well this year.
At least not compared to like last year.
It's true. I mean,
the first time they were in the Super Bowl.
But it's just stupid that it was Josh Allen or Lamar. Should have been Saquon. If Joe Burrow made the playoffs, he probably should have gotten the MVP. But just tough, really tough. But we're not here to talk about American sports. But it has been a busy weekend.
It's an American sport. American sport.
We'll see. Either way.
But
Chiefs lost, Eagles won. Let's go. Sorry to the city of Philadelphia for having to put in like millions of dollars to refix their city after they got tons of money for their team winning.
Down on stuff like that.
It's crazy. The team, the city will get money for a Super Bowl for winning, right?
And
then they got put all for Philadelphia, especially them. They got put all that money into just fixing the city.
Yeah, which is
after
crazy.
the celebration. So, either way,
Wild.
We just got earlier this week. We had CMS here,
yes.
Christian Ministry Seminar.
One of the biggest we've ever had.
Huge, so many people.
Praise the Lord.
Which is it's a little sour just because there was a big snowstorm that came in Wednesday, forcing a lot of people to leave a little early.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because a lot of people traveled from all over.
We had an amazing speaker, Nate Bramson, that was here.
So good.
Talking to the students a lot about surrendering to the Lord, which has been great. If you are if you want to give it a listen, go to our CMS website. There's 4 of the plenary sessions. Check them out, all incredible. Definitely recommend the third one.
The third one
was really good. All of them were fantastic.
They're also on our Emmaus University YouTube page as well.
So check those out. Great messages. And then even top it off in chapel the next day on Wednesday, Scott DeGroff.
Alumni Scott DeGroff, whose wife played on our women's basketball team.
This is true.
And has our banner from 1995.
Yeah, there we go.
She was on that team. She was pretty darn good at basketball.
Either way,
that's what I've been told.
Yeah, all in all, just say there's been a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual conviction here on campus this week. Would love to talk more about it, but this is an athletic podcast, and they don't pay us to do that. Sadly, we would love to. So talk to Chad Cunningham if you want to see us talk about the spiritual things of Emmaus. But no, CMS is one of the better events, and really, actually, all events are really good. But this is one of my favorites. A lot of ministries, a lot of people on campus,
a lot of Christian
really
schools, a lot of ministries.
Super fun, like you said.
Grad schools were here.
50 plus ministries on campus,
including one all the way from Iceland.
Yeah, this is true, and Philippines,
and the Philippines too. Shout out Faith Academy.
Thank you everyone if you listen to this for coming, and if you've never heard about CMS, or if you have a ministry that you would want to represent,
reach out
and we'll take you. But definitely go give those messages a listen. So it's been a busy week, Matt, with the Super Bowl. I had a Super Bowl party. What did you go to the church, or
we had Super Bowling with our youth group? But this is the third year we've done it, where we take our youth group and they invite a bunch of friends, and so we rented out the entire bowling alley.
Where? Which one?
Not Cherry Lanes, but the other one.
One up
the elevator one. I don't know what it's called.
I forget.
But yeah, we rented out the whole bowling alley, which was a lot of fun.
F, I think.
Fisher Lanes. There you go.
I'm so good.
And so it was fun. We had, I don't remember how we had, like maybe 40 or so high schoolers that were there. My bowling. And so we did that, and then Rachel and I just stayed home and watched.
You went bowling though.
We did go bowling.
Okay,
yes.
I thought you said you like invited them and then didn't go.
No.
Gotcha. But okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I had some people over, cooked a lot of food. It was fun. So I'm actually pretty tired. I don't know. Do I look tired? If I look tired on screen, or if I definitely don't sound tired.
Mind if I get lost in the mail?
I never sound tired. What?
Do you mind if I get lost in the mail?
You were bowling. Yeah, you can come. Well, I hate it when people do that. I hate it when people do that. It was like, where's my invite? I mean, to be fair, I'd probably do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's just so sad. I mean, like, I love you. Of course, you can come over if you want. Busy week.
Super busy.
But now we're kind of coasting a little bit. No big events going on until ISI at the end of the school year. But we had a slow week when it comes to athletics. Only 2 games this last weekend for both men's and women's basketball. And the next week, or in a couple days now, looking at
regular season.
4 games, 2 each team. playing against Manhattan and Barclay. We'll talk more about that going forward. But yeah, like you said, the last regular season games this weekend
flown by.
But busy week, slow week when it comes to Emmaus athletics. But that is why you are here. So thank you everybody for giving us a listen, making us a part of your day, and then taking our input and what we can do to give you a good insight on the athletic teams here.
Enlighten you on what happened.
So, speaking of all that, Matt, let's talk about these games this last weekend.
Yes.
Only two games.
Only 2 games. So we drove down to Mulberry, Missouri on Saturday.
5-hour
Friday,
drive.
Excuse me. Friday night. Had some van issues, but they got that figured out. But so we drove down there, played on Saturday. So
got there late.
We got there at 1:30 in the morning. You can't use that as a distraction because there's always distractions, and
you can use it though. You can add it to the distractions.
But yes, our women played Central, so rematch obviously from earlier in the year when they came and played here. It was a pretty good game. It was a very competitive game. I think the most it got was, I think Central had like a 13-point lead at one point, but it was pretty close pretty much the entire game. They ended up losing 64-73.
Close game.
Pretty decent Central team. Some good performances. Kate Jansen had a season high in 18 points.
Dang,
she actually had a double-double with 11 rebounds.
She does it all.
She does it all. She runs fast. She wins races, and she scores the basketball. Rachel Barrett had 16 points and 14 rebounds. So yet another double-double for Miss Barrett. Or as the announcer there said, Barnett. And we're all like, huh? And then Erin McKenna had 12 points. And then Nellie Hopkins had a season high of 12 points and 8 steals. So we had 4 ladies in double figures, which was awesome. Really cool to see.
2 seniors, too.
Yeah. And then 24 turnovers. So that was part of it, and we gave up 18 offensive rebounds, so it's pretty even. I think we forced 21 turnovers, gave up 24 turnovers. We had 12 offensive rebounds, and they had 18 offensive rebounds. So it was a back and forth game. Didn't shoot the 3-pointer really well.
Wait, you said we had, what was the rebounds you said?
We had, I think, 12 offensive rebounds. We gave up 18 offensive rebounds.
Like us on offense.
Yeah, on defense they got 18 extra possessions. I think they got 10 more shots. So, but yeah, 3-point shooting wasn't there. If it was, I think we would have won the game. But no, the ladies played really well. But just not quite there. So yeah, it was Central's senior night, so they were motivated, they were fired up.
Oh, that's tough.
There was a lot more fans at the women's game than there was at the guys' game.
That's weird.
So I think there was a lot of families that were there, so that was cool to see. Yeah.
Does Central have a lot of seniors on their women's team?
They had 2 seniors on their women's team, and then 3 on their guys' team. So,
cool. It's the same things we've gone over in the past of, cleaning it up a little bit.
Turnovers,
but it does definitely sound like this one was a better game, being kind of even across the board with Central.
And it was nice because I think fact checkers are going to fact check me, but I think the first game, it was like the turnover difference was significant, but here it was fairly even. So obviously we need to tighten up our ball handling, our passing. Passing was not the greatest.
Yeah.
But we fixed that. Some good things could happen. So right now, going into the last weekend of regular season, we're sitting at the 7 seed.
Yep. And it's locked.
And we are locked into the 7 seed. We're locked,
so this weekend's matchups do not really matter to
conference final standings.
But it does matter for confidence going into the tournament,
And even for power ratings that come out.
Yes.
That came out after this podcast was recorded of where we're going to sit in regionals. So
we got 2 games this upcoming weekend against Manhattan, Barclay, both hosted at Faith, which is only a 3-hour drive down south in Ankeny, Iowa. So
the women will play at 1 p.m. on Friday against Manhattan, and then 10 a.m. on Saturday against Barclay.
That's always a tough thing, is going on the road, and like you said, of the men's team, we'll get into that, of having some complications going on the road, but it's a little nice. It's better to be only 3 hours away than 7+.
Right. And it's nice that both games are there, because in the past, it flip flops every year depending on if Calvary hosts or Faith hosts the beginning of the semester tournament, basically. And so usually it's Manhattan will drive to Emmaus and play them, and then we'll drive down to Faith either that night or the wee hours of Saturday morning to go play Barkley at Faith. So it's nice that both games are there, so we don't have to worry about
who's hosting the tournament
for conference.
Yeah,
Manhattan.
Cool.
So yeah,
cool
for both.
Well, so we got our women's game going up with Manhattan and Barclay, both at Faith this year. Looking forward to both of those matches. I really hope that these games, knowing that they won't really matter too much to, power rankings a little bit, but especially towards conference standings. I really hope Cody and company and our women on the team can just play free.
Yep.
Play free. They're going to definitely be able to do that at conference.
Yep.
But play free these last two games. See what you can do. See if you can clean up the turnovers. Get those boards. I know Rachel's doing the best she can do. So that's these are two games going into conference that will definitely impact our women's team.
Yes. Our
confidence going forward, as well as the gameplay. So looking forward to those two matchups.
Should be a good game because Manhattan's also riding a 5-game winning streak for their women's team, where they knocked off the 1 and the 2 seed.
Is Manhattan ranked?
Manhattan women are not ranked.
They are. What do you mean by the 1 and 2 seed in conference?
So they beat Ozark and they beat Calvary. Okay. I guess the 1 and 3 seed.
Wow.
in the conference.
Cool.
So yeah, they're playing really well. So.
And then what about Barclay?
I just looked at it and I forgot. I think they're 5th.
Okay.
In conference standings. It might be 6th, actually.
So winnable games.
Yeah.
Winnable games. And like we said, our women's team not having a lot of wins this season, but being competitive and in most of the games, they're a team to be
lost by 9
to be scared of, honestly.
Yeah.
So
they've been in every single game.
It's true. So we wish the best of luck for our women's team this weekend. Make sure to follow us on social media so that you can see where they're playing, maybe even the final scores, and
where you can watch the game online
or online as well. Typically, Faith has their own network. So if you look up at Faith Athletics and go to their sports, you can find their network
which is on
link.
their YouTube page.
Yep. It's hard to find them straight from YouTube, but you might be able to do that. But through their athletic website, you should be able to find the online streaming, the live streaming. So give it a listen. If you're in the Faith area, if you're an alum, go visit Huron. Our Eagles, both men's and women.
Or alma mater.
Yeah, so we got 1 o'clock game Friday.
Yep.
So take Friday off. Sorry, got to do it. Friday at 1 o'clock, our women's Eagles team, our Emmaus women's Eagles team, are playing the Manhattan Thunder, and then what you said Saturday
at the Barclay Bears against the Barclay Bears at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Get your coffee, get your breakfast.
Yep.
Come on over.
Go stop by. What's the breakfast spot there? I mean, you can go.
Was it Smoky Row? Is that
Smoky
Row? Is that the good shop?
It's a coffee shop. Is there one in Ankeny? Probably.
There's like 3. Right?
I'm from Des Moines. Go get your tasty tacos in the early morning. Go get some bebops. Right. Go stop by those areas and then just go.
Get your barbecue.
There's a Krispy Kreme in Ankeny.
There is a Krispy Kreme.
So they can go there. So stop by.
Krispy Kreme.
Watch our women. Cheer them on. And thank you guys for supporting our women's this year. And we can't wait to talk more about conference next week. Now for our men's team, last weekend we had a game also against Central, 5-hour trip down south, but some complications when it comes to the Van Diesel.
A little bit, but yeah, just they had some issues. The battery wasn't working, so the automatic door was opening up as we were driving down the highway, and so the lights weren't working on interior. And
were you guys freaking out? Were the guys scared?
I mean, it was like the door just opened up, and it was like, what? But I mean, we got it for the most part fixed. It was actually kind of funny because when we got back to Dubuque,
how far away were you to Dubuque?
We were by like the airport.
Oh, so and that's when it was opening?
Yeah, that's when it was opening. So it wasn't that far away. And then we got it fixed, and then when we got to Columbia, because we stayed in Columbia, the door didn't open back up. Like it was sealed shut. So for the rest of the trip, it was like a clown car. We all had to pile out the driver's door.
That's crazy.
So it was we were all laughing about it. It was pretty funny. But
that's funny.
But yeah, we got in there. Rematch. We beat them earlier in the year. I think it was it 95-86 or 93. I think we won by 9 or 11.
Senior night as well.
It was senior night for them. So they have 3 seniors on the team. But yeah, it was a back and forth game. They were up 4 at halftime. We weren't playing incredibly well, or really, we didn't have that sense of urgency. Didn't really shoot the ball all that well. I mean, we shot under 40% from the field, and we were at 26, 27% from 3. Tatum hit a big step back three with it was like 30 seconds left to go up 3. It was awesome. And then Central came back and answered, and their shooting guard hit a 3 to tie it with about 20 seconds left. So we got the ball with the shot clock, or with no shot clock. Called a play, drew some stuff up, and then brought the ball down the court. And then just some miscommunication, had a bad turnover. Central stole it, went down. We fouled Quincy, one of their seniors, who was their 4th all-time leading scorer. Fouled him with 7 seconds left. He went 1 for 2 from the line. Missed the first, but made the second. So they went up 1 point. So it was 83-82 at that point. And then we called timeout, got the ball up to the midcourt line with about 3.3 seconds left. So we drew something up, and then got a decent look at it, but weren't able to hit it. And so we ended up losing by 1 on their senior day. So it stank that we had the game in our grasp. We had the ball. We just had a turnover with like 10 seconds left. So that really stank. But,
it stings.
And we also gave up 18 offensive rebounds. So that wasn't good at all. So we just got to fix some things, tighten up on some areas, and that should be good. Some highlights from the game, though. Tatum had 40 points and 7 rebounds. So that was his third 40th point game of the season.
That's crazy.
Collier had 12 points, 9 rebounds. Eli had 11 points, 7 rebounds. And then Nash had 6 points and 10 rebounds.
Low scoring game for Nash.
Low scoring game for him. But he'll bounce back. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny because when last time we played Central, when they came up here, our team was banged up. This time, it was still a little banged up, but definitely healthier than before. Yeah, right. So I wonder what went down. You guys played really well against them last time they came up here. With an injured team, injured team now going down, healthier than the last time you played them, and losing by 1 with that free throw, like you said, but have an opportunity to take a win with a buzzer beater, but couldn't pull through. Right. So, but I mean, you look at the 3-point percentage with 26.
Yeah, not the greatest.
I mean, you take away those 3-point shots that they would take. Maybe if they're contested or if it was bad shot selection, you turn those into a deep.
We win.
Yeah, you change those into driving into the paint for a 2-point or a mid range shot. Yep. It's a different game, game for sure.
And we talk about losses are never fun, but we talk about how we win and we learn. So what do we learn from this game? I think it was an opportune time that we lost, just because we're gearing up for the last 2 regular season games. And then going into postseason play. So we had a good response to practices the last couple of days. So looking forward to seeing this weekend how the guys respond, because on I guess tomorrow, on Friday, we play Manhattan. Yeah. And they're the 4th ranked team in the nation. So they're playing very well.
And they're going to come at you guys with a strong perimeter defense.
They are. And
because I mean, and no shade to the guys or anybody right now, but it's when you look at our wins,
they're a tall, fast team.
Yeah, but when you look at our wins this year, Matt, and I'm no way to offend, but when you look at our wins, there's very few games we have won where it's not because it's not from the 3, right?
No, we live and die by the 3.
And but like the thing is, I feel like the men's team is not.
Oh, Faith, the last Faith game we lost. We should have lost the game because of our 3-point shooting.
Yes,
but
I didn't say every game,
right? But I'm saying that's one area though where we figure out a way to win when we can shoot the ball well.
And that's what I'm trying to say is that I would love to see this men's team figure out a way to win besides the Faith one. I mean, that's a great example, but more ways to win by not.
I agree.
Not through the 3. I know you.
Just make the 3s, and then we'll be fine.
Hey, that is a way to answer. Yes. But when you play against a team like Manhattan, and I guess, I mean.
But actually, it's kind of opposite because they're a lot taller team. I mean, they have like 3, 6, 8 guys. So it's going to be like our perimeter or our interior scoring isn't going to be as much as it has been. Our perimeters, the perimeter shots are going to be there. So we just have to make them and cash in.
For sure.
Because I think we lost to, so rematch from Manhattan, we lost to Manhattan, I think, at the beginning of the semester by, I think, 12, or was it 13? I think so. And then we lost to Barkley by 4. So big thing for us is we need to beat Barkley on Saturday, because that should solidify our spot as the 3 seed going into the conference tournament.
Which is huge.
Yes.
Huge. Being a 3 seed, fresh young team
we've been
too.
that high of a seed since 2018.
New team. It's crazy that you guys got a new team. Most of these guys have not played together. Yeah. But no, it is encouraging, that Faith game a couple weeks ago. Yep. But given that Central was able to stop the 3-point game, and it is scary going into conference play and regional play, knowing that we're living and dying by the 3. But I think we both and, Coach Parker and many others can speak to the skill that we have on the team, that our players are not just, live or die by the 3 players. Like, they can drive. They can pass. They can assist to each other so many times. I forget what game it was, but it was just beautiful. Just poetic passing.
In a lot of those games this year
for just a casual layup, right? But just passing the ball around, confusing the defense, spreading the defense, opening the floor to get an easy layup.
Yes.
By I think Landon, one of the shorter players. So it's
short.
Sure, man. Huh?
He's gonna be mad at you.
No, he's not.
Shane called me short.
I'm short. Who cares? And he plays. He's a baller, So who cares, man?
So
either way,
we gotta wait to see if we get that one win to set the Emmaus men's basketball season record for most wins in the season.
It's tough.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 more games to try to get that record. Obviously, the record, as we know, just within whatever we've been recording the past couple of years. So, Central game, sad game this last weekend, but then 2 big games coming up. Same location, Ankeny, Iowa, at Faith, but playing
3
against...
3 p.m. on Friday against Manhattan. Noon on Saturday against Barclay.
2 big games, Manhattan being a ranked opponent in the nation, and Barclay being a team we need to beat to solidify that 3rd seed for our men's team. And being on a 3rd seed it's a huge thing. It's bragging rights for sure, but also really determines the side of the bracket you are on. Well, I believe we don't do reseeding when a tournament is set. So we're going to be either on the Ozark side or the Manhattan side. And
currently we would be on the Manhattan side. And
we've had better luck against Manhattan this year. Closer games, and this Friday will be a test to that as well.
Other way around, we didn't have closer games against Ozark.
Well, we only lost to. I guess we did only lose to Ozark by a couple
7.
this last game.
Yeah.
But I guess we can be on any
both
side.
Game, yeah, we played them both. So
but
Friday is really going to see how we respond against Manhattan. But we played them both close, so that's been good, and encouraging.
Because we haven't played Manhattan since the beginning of the season, early in the season,
since the beginning of January.
Yeah. So. We'll see what we can be accomplished this Friday.
Oh yeah,
Manhattan, being a team that has definitely grown through January and through February, grown a lot. And if we can cut that into a win, we would love to. Who cares? Who cares what side of the bracket we're on? We're gonna have to beat somebody
anyway, regardless.
Yeah, we want to.
Where we're at, so
give us the smoke.
Yeah,
it would be great to play against Manhattan because they love us.
They love the podcast.
Maybe they don't love us and they're making fun of us.
Who knows? We'll find out in the next couple weeks.
That's true. Well, if you're in the area again, make sure to stop at the men's game. You said 3:00 Friday against Manhattan.
Yep, 3:00 and then noon on Saturday.
Noon on Saturday. So it's a doubleheader. I guess you can go to the women's game at 10. Stay for both. Go to women's game at 1. Stay for the men's.
There's gonna be 8 games on.
That's crazy.
4 games on both days. So
and they only got one gym.
You could go 1, 3, 5, 7 on Friday, and then you could go 10, 12, 2, and 4 on Saturday.
No, don't do that. Just stay for the Emmaus games.
Yes, just do that.
So 1 and 3 on Friday, and then 10 and 12 on Saturday. Men following the women's games. So come on by. Say hi to Matt. He'll see you.
Hi.
Maybe he'll buy you coffee. You good. He legit. That's like
maybe.
We're not making a joke. Like at first it was just because I'm offering his money to you. Yeah. But he would.
Come to the game. We'll
he
see.
Definitely would. So there's we got those games for weekends and anything else going on?
No, just the calm before the storm of the tournament play. So
looking forward to tournament next week, and we'll talk more about what the seeding is like as it is going to be cemented in. What it looks like for our ladies going into the tournament as the lower seed, and then for our men being one of the higher seeds. So it's going to be exciting next week. Tournament. It's always fun talking about the tournaments. If it's conference or region.
Tournaments are always so fun because anything can happen.
And then we'll talk more about the power rankings when it comes to regionals, and the ranking of our men and women. It will look like our women will probably be how many teams are in a region playing for women?
They'll be the 4th seed.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be the 4th, and then who knows about men's.
Who knows about us?
So really, we'll find out next week. Really.
Stay tuned for next week's episode.
But it's been a busy week here, but and I'm sure it's been a busy week in your guys' lives. So we just thank you so much for making us a part of your day, a part of your daily routine, listening to us. If it's on the drive, if it's during your studies, whatever it may be, or sitting on your couch after a long day. We appreciate you guys. We love you. Love your support. Follow us on our social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you use.
Pick up that merch if you need some merch.
Got our merch store is open, our shop. So find us on emmaus.edu/shop. Is that right?
It's either that or it's shop.emmaus.edu.
You go to emmaus.edu, and in the top corner, you will find the shop.
Maybe we'll put it right here.
Maybe he won't.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he will.
You're giving him too much work. Either way, guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. We love you guys. And all the comments and love you give us when you see us, or even in the comments or emails that you have sent. So thank you, everybody, for listening. And Matt, what day is it, buddy?
You know what, Shane? Today is a great day to be an Emmaus Eagle.
See you next week.